Back at the office, it was lunchtime, and Minsu was looking for Kim. She saw her walking into the bathroom and followed her. In the bathroom, Minsu asked Kim if she was okay and told her that she had been looking for her since last night. Kim, without saying anything, just stared at Minsu. Minsu apologized to her for not telling her about Sunjin sooner, reminding Kim how much she had encouraged her to look for him. Kim responded angrily, telling her that she didn't know the guy Minsu was looking for was Sunjin, and that if she had known, she would have told her to stop. Minsu continued to apologize, telling her that she didn't want to lose her as a friend. Kim looked at her and told her that if she didn't want to lose her, there was only one option. Minsu asked her what the option was, and Kim told her she should end things with Sunjin. Minsu couldn't believe how seriously Kim had taken this whole thing, that she would turn into someone like that just because of a simple crush she had on a guy. Minsu told her it was unfair for her to want to end their friendship over a simple crush. Kim responded angrily, telling her that it wasn't just a simple crush, and that Sunjin was more than just a crush. She told her she had loved him since she was 13, and had done everything to get close to him, until Minsu came along and ruined everything. Realizing the situation was bad, Minsu tried to touch Kim and talk to her, but Kim removed Minsu's hand angrily and walked out. Minsu went after her and caught up with her by the reception. She tried to talk to Kim, but Kim told her to leave her alone. Sunjin walked in, looking serious. He went straight to where Minsu and Kim were, grabbed Minsu, and kissed her in front of everyone. People were shocked to see this. They couldn't believe their CEO, who was always serious and cold, had kissed a female employee. To Kim, that was the last straw. She knew Sunjin had made his choice. She didn't expect him to be so bold. Sunjin turned to Kim while holding Minsu's hand and told her that she could go ahead and do whatever she wanted with the pictures, and that he had made things extra special for her by making his relationship with Minsu public. Minsu, confused, asked Sunjin what he was talking about. Sunjin told her to ask her fake friend and walked away. Minsu had no idea what had just happened. She felt everyone's eyes on her. Realizing Kim had walked out, she ran after her, still trying to make things right. Outside, Kim persistently told Minsu to leave her alone, saying their friendship was over. She told her she had been fine being friends with her until she ruined everything with Sunjin. Kim told her that while Minsu might think it was just a simple crush, to her it was more than that. She told her Minsu had taken something precious from her before walking away. Minsu watched as Kim walked off, still trying to process what had happened. Everything felt like a scene from a movie, and she was a character who had no idea what was going on. Back at Sunjin's office, he was stressed about what had happened. He wasn't sorry for kissing Minsu, though he knew it had to be done, and people would have known eventually. His assistant walked in, telling him that the videos and pictures of him and Minsu were already circulating on the internet. Sunjin asked what people were saying, but the assistant hesitated to tell him. Sunjin grabbed the phone from him to read the comments, and was shocked and stressed to see so many negative remarks about Minsu. He asked the assistant why people would say such things, and the assistant told him people were angry and hurt that Sunjin, one of the most handsome and eligible bachelors, was with someone. On top of that, they claimed she wasn't even Korean. Sunjin told him that Minsu was Korean and to stop referring to her as if she wasn't. The assistant told him they needed to act on the situation quickly before things got out of hand. Sunjin told him he needed to think of a way to protect Minsu first. The assistant shook his head in disbelief and walked out. During knock-off time, Minsu couldn't wait to leave the office because everyone was talking behind her back. She was the first to leave. As soon as she stepped out, she was met by a bunch of journalists with microphones. Before she could run back inside, they surrounded her. She felt camera flashes all over her, and to make things worse, it was raining. They asked her a barrage of questions: if she was dating Sunjin, how she felt about being African, and dating one of Korea's most eligible bachelors. She tried to explain that she wasn't African, but everything was too overwhelming for her. Tears began streaming down her face. Even though it was obvious she was uncomfortable, they didn't stop. One journalist accidentally pushed her to the ground. Minsu sat on the muddy ground as journalists swarmed her. Sunjin rushed in, helped her up, fought off the crowd, and drove her away in his car.